So this has been a fun
little exercise in technicalities.
We've got the cats here with us because I have some work being done on my apartment, and Bob and Myrtle are here with us. And I can't get my glasses clean.
Even though I think they're a little camera shy.
Yeah, Myrtle's very camera shy. Bob not so much, but he's had a morning full of cards, so maybe he's done with the cards for now.
I was looking forward to him like picking out a card.
Yeah, because he just like to get up and lie down on the cards and play with the cards and stuff. But he's had a couple of readings already this morning. So.
Ooh, that must be fun.
Yeah. He was up here looking at the table and watching the cards and things like that. I didn't get a picture because I put my phone over on the big table and it wasn't with me. So unfortunately, I didn't get one. And Myrtle's only upset one basket so far, so we're doing all right. But you have a big book.
Yes, the Light Seer's Tarot. It's the previous one.
Yeah.
Chris Ann, so lovely Chris Ann. She's amazing. Canadian as well.
Mm-hmm.
Has a very popular deck and has now released an updated and an expanded guidebook for the Light Seer's Tarot.
Nice.
It's nice and thick.
Nice.
And so I'm going to be doing an online, or being a part of, not doing, an online study that is going to involve that. So I'm excited about that. Just thought I'd bring it in and show you. There's every card kind of has its own little spread, or most of the majors I think have their own spread attached to it.
Yeah, and she's got a lot of handwritten, like they're printed but handwritten looking notes for each card.
Yeah, some of her notes are all in there. And there's just like little nuances that I missed even going through some of the cards. Like, for example, this is the one I wanted to show you. So the, what is it? Knight of Swords. He's running. There's like a binary code on his shoe.
Oh, very cool.
So even that little nuanced little symbol there can be something that you can involve in a reading.
Right.
So
very cool.
Kind of
and the pages, they're like, they feel cool. They're like shiny.
I don't want, bougie is not the right word I wanted to use.
Right.
But like very luxury.
Yeah. It's a very nice looking book too. I like it.
The guest of honor is your own soul. Yes. So it's just one of my favorite cards is the Hermit. So I always check to see what people say about the Hermit.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of deep dives, it looks like, into this book. And you said there's a whole course this summer, like a deep study?
So there's with Lisa Papez, who is a tarot tuber and deck author and author of 2 books. She has a channel membership on YouTube, and then does if you're a certain tier and above, does a deck study.
Okay.
So that's what they're doing for August and September.
Okay, very cool. Yeah. Very nice.
So you want to hop in on that, you got to go over and check her channel out.
Definitely.
And other than that, we are going to probably pull some cards, do some talking, maybe some spread stuff.
Yeah, I like the Light Seers. It's a popular deck. I used it last summer, I think it was, when my deck wanted to take a vacation. So I used the Light Seers, and I thought it was going to be, it's all going to be light and love, and blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
And it's not. I mean, there is a lot of light in it, definitely, but there's a lot of weight to it. Gravitas.
Yes. And, like, I think, so I found Light Seers almost too young in my tarot journey, because I don't think I realized what I had, and I think for me, it was a difficult read, even though it is influenced by Rider-Waite-Smith. I think there's a nuance to it that I wasn't ready for.
Oh, okay.
So now that I've got a couple more years under my belt, I kind of want to go back.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it as a summer tarot deck. And not that it was like, summer light and love and that sort of thing. It was just my deck wanted a break, and this is the one that presented itself. And I actually really enjoyed using that deck. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's lots of fun little tidbits. I'm kind of excited to check it out.
There's a lot of female influence on it too, which I really liked, especially since I'm very pro goddess and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a modern a little more modern, but not in your face,
Yes.
smacking you with the feminine energy. It's
Well,
there,
yeah.
but it's,
This one has a little bit more nuanced. I was trying to think of what's the other deck that I work with regularly that has more of a goddess lean, and it's Tarot of the Witch's Garden by Sasha Graham. I'm gonna probably butcher that. That's very feminine based. And
okay. I haven't had time to explore that deck. I technically do have that deck, but I haven't explored it. But I know, like, is it This Might Hurt that is a witch's deck? Or is it,
you mean this, like, This Might Hurt, like this deck?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the one I have here.
But is that one very female?
No, it's very equal.
Okay, so I think it's a witches based one.
I know what one you're talking about. It's almost the one that gets mistaken for this one.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. They're very similar in style, but it's very female based.
Yeah.
Which empower the women. Yeah, absolutely. But it's really Dianic in its sort of tone. And Dianic, I mean, like, those of you that don't know what Dianic witches are, they are very female only. No men are allowed at all. They're like a modern day Amazon tribe almost.
Yes. I'm trying to think of what the deck name is, because it's escaping me right now.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah, I've seen it many times. Oh, what are you doing, Bob? He's like, oh, I'm going to sit in Mommy's chair. Yep. There he goes. This smells like Mommy. I will sit here. He's been very cuddly lately, and he's so clueless. Like, as soon as we started to get ready to go, because we've had to do this a couple times, Myrtle immediately goes to her deepest, darkest hiding spot.
She's like, you're not moving me, Mom.
Yeah,
Forget it.
She won't come out for treats, nothing. Like, there's no getting her. Bob is just like, oh, there's treats, great, more for me. And meanwhile, we're just like, okay, Bob, we're going to put you in the cage now. He's like, what's happening?
This is not what I was promised.
Myrtle's way smarter that way. Yeah, she was on to us pretty fast. And then the last time it happened, the next morning when I put out treats, and they weren't going anywhere, she was having none of it.
She's like, no, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
It's going to take a couple of days.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
She can stand to lose a few pounds. She's a bowling ball shape. Yeah, she's a big girl. I say it's all fur because she has thick fur. When Mark says she's a fat cat, I'm like, she's fluffy.
Fluffy.
It's all fur.
It's all fur. No, they have great energy.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Oh, he got off the chair. All right. He's just wandering around.
He's like, I like the floor.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's the more active of the two, that's for sure.
I'd be afraid if Bosco got in here, he'd find someone to chew on. That'd be my only fear.
Oh, right.
He's very much a seek and chew.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, I did have a dog come in here and it chewed something, but it happens. Yeah, it's not dog or cat proof necessarily in here, or baby proof.
No, but it'd be a quick scan. We could make it baby proof if we needed to.
Yeah, if we had to, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So we were thinking about doing another summer spread.
Ooh, I love it.
Since it is summertime, and we were thinking it's like the summer burn off or something. It's called something like that.
Oh yes, like the let go of. Well, isn't Lunasa?
Yeah, Lunasa. Yeah. Lammas or Lunasa. Yeah.
Okay,
I was coming up.
Am I getting
that
right?
The first, which is Thanksgiving, because they have 3, and then of course America and Canada also have their actual Thanksgiving. So if you live in North America, you get 4 Thanksgivings if you also follow the wheel of the year of the Wicca or witches.
I love our celebrations, and food is even better.
Exactly, and it's the bread celebration. Woohoo! Because it's the first one, because it's when the grains and the hay and the rye and the oats and the barley and the wheat was ready, right? So like the hay and the oats and barley for the animals was the first one to come in. So you knew if that was a good crop, then at least your animals were fed, and you knew that you were going to keep your livestock, which is great. And then also, like, the wheat and the flours and the rye and things for your own bread is the sort of around that same time. And if it comes in, then you know at least you've got flour for bread and pancakes and things like that. You can always make something if you had to, right? So that's why it's such an important marking too, because it means that you will get through the winter if you had to. If you had to do it without anything else, you could do it, and your animals and yourself will be okay. I mean, you're hoping for some variety. You don't want to eat bread until spring.
But I mean, if that's what you got to do,
that's what you got to do, right?
We're gonna stay alive. That's the main goal.
And back when people used to grow their own wheat and whatnot, it was a little bit different because the bread was a little denser. So it was actually a complete food, right? Because you were using actual seeds and barley and oats and grains and stuff, right? And it was usually a mixture of, it wasn't like, there wasn't Wonder Bread back then.
With like 0 nutritional value.
Exactly. No formaldehyde in this bread kind of thing, right? But the only thing that was missing from bread was fat. So that's why they put butter on it, to have the fat content, because we do need our fat content. And a lot of like pilgrims and things like that would go on these pilgrimages, they would bring bread and salt, because you need both. Because if you're going to drink water, you will get dehydrated if you drink water without having the mineral of salt. And these days we have so much salt in everything, we're not lacking for that mineral anymore.
We have too much.
We have too much salt now. We've gone the other way. But it used to be bread, and salt was definitely what was needed. And occasionally you would get butter to put on it to complete that full nutritional circle kind of thing. So yes.
I gotta learn to eat more before we have the podcast, because now I'm hungry.
Well, I posted up on Facebook. I said, if anyone's coming by, bring food, because I brought their food, but I forgot my food.
What? Why didn't you text me?
Oh, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I was sort of half joking. I do have a thing of noodles I could boil up if I had to, but I'm like, oh yeah, because I was just focused on.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. I'm like, okay, I just need to get there, and then you're like, crap, what about lunch?
Yeah, and I'm like, I've got the diaper bag basically for the cats, their food, their dishes, water, litter, all that stuff. Bob's the only one that's been eating. Myrtle's on a
hunger strike.
Hunger strike, exactly.
When I get home, that is when I will eat.
Exactly. Where I feel safe. Oh my gosh. So the spread we're going to do is about changing patterns, because, we're getting into the later half of summer. We're going into August. And, that's when the dog days of summer really come out. I mean, we've had a few big heat waves, but this is when it's supposed to get very hot. Also, that's when you can see Cyrus's dog.
Is that what they call the dog days of summer? So
yeah.
You can see the Cyrus constellation?
Yes. Cyrus is the dog. And that's when you can see Oniden? Is that his name? Orion, thank you. Orion. Because you can usually see his belt all the time, but you can't see his dog until the summer. It's also when the portal of the Lion's Gate, opens up. And so, there's some big cosmic things happening. They do happen every year, but nevertheless. And the Seven Sisters also become visible.
Yes, that's right.
And it's sort of a time of, okay, we've enjoyed summer now. I just saw my first back to school commercial. I'm like, back to school, it's not even August. I mean, we're just on the first day of August. Like,
man, I went into Walmart the other day and I avoid that place like the plague. I don't do Walmart.
No, me neither.
and it's honestly nothing against Walmart. I just don't like.
I don't like the crowds. I don't like the whole.
Exactly it. The amount of back to school stuff that's out right now,
really
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like we're only halfway through the summer vacation.
I think it was June when they brought that stuff out.
I know, right?
It's like we just got off school.
Yeah, it's like it was like a week after school was out. They had back to school stuff. It's like we haven't even started yet. Come on, ease up a bit.
Well, and I think gone are the days, because I remember, not that I didn't ever did this growing up, but my aunt down east, they have a cottage, and they would literally like pack up the end of the school year, and stories. I get told this story every summer at least. They would go start the summer at the cottage, the only way they would pack up is like the night before school. She would drop the kids off to go to the first day of school, and she would go out and buy their school supplies while they were at school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like she didn't, like obviously she sent them with like food and stuff.
Yeah.
But like this whole like, oh, you're going to be all supplied on your first day. She's like, no, you're never going to need everything on the first day. Right. You guys can survive. It'll be fine.
Now, like, I remember going back to school shopping. It was very exciting.
Oh, totally.
You know, you got the new pack of pencil crayons and the markers.
I feel like that's half the reason why I work at a school, because I love that. Like, stationery is kind of a food group to me.
Oh, me too. I love stationery. I love anything to do with stationery. Pens, pencils.
Planners,
the whole nine. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, like, I can see it a couple of weeks ahead of time, but not a month ahead of time.
Well, there's stores now that have, like, Halloween stuff out.
Oh, my God. Like, what happened to sort of shopping in the moment of the season of, right?
Capitalism is spreading the seasons further and further.
Yeah,
because by the
and
time
always
it actually...
before it, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's consume.
Yep.
And they create that, you know, fear of loss, right? Like,
Yep.
get your pencil crayons now or you'll never get them,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And, you know, and then the sales afterwards. Oh, I just wait till the sales afterwards. And, like, Christmas drives me nuts because people go bananas at Christmas, leading up to Christmas, forgetting that Christmas is the first day of the season, not the last.
Yep.
But they start like, you know, November, December, you know, I'm preparing for the 25th. It's like Christmas is supposed to be a whole 12 days.
That whole 12 days of Christmas, there's an entire song for a reason.
Yes. And they get presents every day, much like the Jewish Hanukkah. Like, I like the idea of, you know, over 8 crazy nights, as Adam Sandler says.
I love it.
That they get a present. I'm like, that's the way it should be. And it used to be that you didn't get the presents on the 25th. You got it on the 12th night. Queen Victoria stopped that because there was a lot of partying and shenanigans that happened on the 12th night. And
so she kiboshed the partying and shenanigans. And
she moved it further up, not to the 25th, I don't think, but further up, so that because before then it was about alms and giving back. It was about feasting, drinking, drinking, and you know, caroling, going to your neighbors and singing. You know, having
people don't do that as much anymore.
No.
Caroling.
No, they don't carol. You don't go to, you know, Christmas concerts as much.
Schools, you still do.
Yeah.
I remember being, I don't know what PA day it was, at the October or November PA day. And it had to have been the October one. They were already discussing, like, when we were going to do the Christmas concert. And I'm like, seriously, it's October, guys.
Yeah. And I'm all for celebrating whatever holiday, you know, like, I'm all for being inclusive. I'm not for whitewashing it, though.
Nope.
You know, like, Halloween is Halloween. Don't make it Black and Orange Day. You know, it's if you're doing that, then you better make Christmas Green and Red Day. You know, it's like...
Well, like, I'm actually to the point where, like, sure, celebrate it. But if you're going to celebrate Christmas, why can't we get, like, Lunasa or feast days? And, like, so, like, we're still based... Yes, Yule. That's the more comparative one. We're still based on the Gregorian calendar so much that it's, like... But that's... Not everyone celebrates that anymore. There is such a wide variety of... I think there's, like, what... 20 to 30 holidays in between the beginning of December and the end of January.
Yeah.
Like, depending on who and where you are in the world and where your cultural lies.
Yeah. And, you know, there's weird cultural things, like in China. Yeah, China. Their traditional Christmas feast is KFC. It's the biggest day for KFC over there.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
I have done a lot of Christmas trivial games for my family.
Okay,
dinners.
I was like, where would you have... Yep.
So I know a buttload of Christmas and Thanksgiving trivia. It's like...
That's hilarious.
And one of the games we did play was like how to draw a turkey. And it's amazing how people don't know how to draw a turkey. You know? It's like...
Should just draw it and, like, feather it, and then, like, the legs and the...
Yeah, but when you really think about it, it's the same thing with bicycles. People don't know how to draw bicycles. Because a lot of times we draw what we think we should see as opposed to what we're actually seeing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know? And so, yeah, so we've done a couple of those games of, You know, Catherine will say out loud what you're supposed to draw. And people will be like, you know, like step by step, I mean, right? Like draw this. She did this with the bicycle at one of these family things.
Okay.
And like draw this and now draw a circle for the wheel and draw another circle for the wheel. And people were like, what the hell are we drawing? Because when they thought bicycle,
there was no connection between, I
get it. They didn't get what they were drawing at first until it came to full fruition. And then they're like, oh, this is a bicycle. I would never have guessed this is how you draw a bicycle. She did the same thing with turkeys.
And also the way one person's brain draws something and the way someone else draws something would be different too, right? Like,
well, we often, like, one thing they teach you in art class, all the artists out there will know this, is that we don't see straight lines for what they are.
No.
And you know, or circles. And, you know, a lot of artists will start, you know, I do a circle here, I do a triangle there. Like I did have one artist that was teaching, and he said, when you're drawing people like walking down a sidewalk, just draw carrots, and that looks like a person. And he's so right.
Oh, he is right.
And it's like, we're just a bunch of carrots walking down a sidewalk. But like, you would never have drawn a carrot
to start with.
Yeah.
No, you would probably be like, oh, I think this is what a person should look like. And
yeah.
Like, that doesn't
and
look
then
right.
Your scale would be off, and you know, one guy would be big and another one would be small. And
that's interesting.
Yeah. And it's like, it's interesting. Our perspective of what we actually see is way off of what we perceive we see.
That makes sense.
So we can't translate what we're seeing in our heads to paper. That's why artists are such gifted people.
Because they can actually translate what's... Okay. Because, like, I'm not going to lie. Anything I saw in my head did not end up on paper the way I saw it.
Right?
I then just learned to accept it. It used to frustrate me to high heaven. And then I finally was like, that's
and then
the way
you're
it
like,
is.
how do the masters do it?
Yep.
Right? Like Leonardo and like all those guys. It's like they could draw photogenic kind of pictures. I'm like, how the hell?
That's what they are. They're savants.
Yeah, exactly.
They also had probably more time to draw though. Like we make ourselves so busy we don't take time.
They were devoted to drawing, and that's what they did,
to learn skills in a different way. Like we learn skills, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, but there's like a set of skills you need and necessarily for like a job and to survive and things like that. Then there are creative skills that aren't necessarily practiced the way they used to be and the way that artists use them.
Well, artists used to make their own paints and everything too. Right? Like it was right down to the nitty gritty. Like you were so intimate with your skill and art and drawing that it was a philosophy as opposed to just a skill, you know. And you know, like it's great to be able to do things, but we want to do things so fast. And even learning stuff, like, can you do it for me in 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks is my top, you know, like.
Well, even with take therapy, for example. When you go to therapy and you're teaching somebody, or if you're going therapy for yourself and you're learning something like a coping strategy, they only give you so many sessions.
Right.
Regardless of if you actually mastered the skill, they're like, oh, you're almost there, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's actually sit and examine this for a little minute.
Yeah. And there's something to be said with repetition, too. Like,
repetition is how we learn.
Is definitely how we learn. And yet, our modern society wants us to speed that up. You know, learn it in 3 sessions as opposed to 4 or whatever it might be, right?
And not everyone can learn it in 3 sessions or 4 sessions. Sometimes it may take 5, 6, 10.
Yeah. And it's all about muscle memory, right? Whether it's your brain, whether it's your body, whatever it might be. I mean, these Olympic athletes don't learn in 3 weeks how to be an Olympic athlete.
No, they put hours and hours and hours and hundreds of hours into their particular skill. Because
I had a music teacher once tell me, because someone asked, how often should you practice? And they say, as often as you eat. And it's like, that much? I don't know if I could do that. Can I do it while I'm eating the sandwich?
He's like,
how come there's spaghetti in the violin strings? Well,
that'd be hard to clean.
That would be hard to clean. Oh my goodness. But on to the summer spread, the next one that we're doing, and it's changing patterns, behaviors. So like I said, we're in a later time of the summer, it's sort of a lot of things are happening in the cosmos. But also too, September is that almost gateway of a new time, a new year,
Well, I
a
feel
new
like
start.
yeah, each time the world each time the wheel kind of spins over, we get that little bit of a reset.
Yeah, yeah. And Mother Nature is very good at giving us a lot of resets because clearly we need them. Because, like, yeah, this is my new thing I'm going to do. And, you know, we all make that resolution at January and we're off by February.
Yep.
And we need the new reset of spring and the new reset of, you know, each new season and, you know, birthdays and
now that I've kind of like morphed into like spring being the reset, the January reset doesn't make sense.
Yeah, January I'm still in rest mode.
You're in rest mode. You're still in the throes of winter. Like winter's not over for another
couple of months. Yeah. You know, like people are like, oh, we had such a nice Christmas winter, you know, it wasn't too bad. It's like
still snow out.
We still have 2 more months. And if March decides to be a bitch, we have 3 more months.
Yes.
You know?
That's my struggle right now is I'm like, I have shoes and I have winter boots. Can I make the shoes last until the snow hits, or am I gonna have to break
in between?
The winter?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking about that today, actually.
I mean, I'm always up for a new pair of footwear, no matter what.
100%,
but the budget is the question. Can it handle it?
I already am bleeding into my budget for September, so.
So we're gonna let the summer heat, the hot days of August,
which is so hot,
burn off whatever patterns that are not serving us. And you don't know what patterns? That's okay. That's what the deck is for. So I've drawn the first card. We're going to draw 3 altogether.
Okay.
It's your choice. You can take them right off the top. You can pick, you know, fan them out and pick one. You can cut them.
Cut the deck. I'm glad I didn't cut that one.
Oh, yeah. There you go. She had the tower. All right. Let's see. What else? I'm going to go to the bottom of the deck here. Pick near the bottom. So I've got 3. So it's sort of like these 3 cards represent perhaps like what pattern is the first card.
Okay.
That's to burn off. So 2 of
Ooh.
Swords. So a lot of times when this comes up, it means you're not seeing things as you should. Maybe change your perspective. Maybe there's secrets being held back from you. Maybe there's information. You just have to be more informed. So that's mine.
I have King of Pentacles.
Oh, King of Pentacles. So your money patterns.
Accurate. I spend too much, but I mean, I need to maybe re-look at the budget, re-examine some things.
Yeah, and I'm in the middle of making myself a international best-selling author.
Ooh.
Technically I am, but I'm as a contributing author, not as an author on my own yet. So it's sort of like, you know, be realistic and you know, dig on more information about that. Because there was a woman that said, your book is only 15 pages. That's how I took it. That's the tone I felt. And I replied and I said, I know it's short, it's concise, it's, you know, I don't beat around the bush. I don't put in extra words when I don't need to, but I wanted to get 1 under my belt just so I had the experience. So it is a short book. I appreciate you going and looking up Rhonda Devlin and finding the book and buying the book. But the other books coming out will be much larger, more.
Well, I mean, there's something to be said about like figuring out the process and everything, right? Because like it's probably a feat and a half to like, do you go traditional publishing routes? Do you not? Do you do ebook only? Do you like, where do you distribute it? Do you want to distribute it yourself, or do you want to pay someone else to distribute it? Like there's, outside of actually writing the book, there's probably like 50 million hats authors also wear.
Yeah.
So like to know that going into writing something a little bit more expensive makes a lot of sense.
And we're lucky in this day and age because we do have self-publishing avenues open to us. And that's the way I went for this time. And, you know, I just wanted to know what that experience was like. And I'm glad I did it with something that was small, that was going to probably be an add-on to another book eventually. But I took myself through that process. And now I'm, you know, digging into the information because I've done it on Amazon and they have whack loads of information for people on how to market and how to promote. And so I'm in the middle of reading all of that. And like you said, just getting the book pumped out, first of all, and then going through the ebook steps. Like it's not a small feat. And I know there's millions of self-publishers out there that have self-published, but it is quite, like, it's very, finicky. You have to mind your P's and Q's and dot your I's and cross your T's. And if you're one of those, relaxed kind of people like myself, you're like, oh my God, why is this not working kind of thing. So it's like, mind your P's and Q's, get your more information.
There's an entire minefield, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yes. And they want it just so.
Yep.
So there it is. You have to follow their system. And
honestly, that makes a lot of sense, just to kind of, not like that your first book is ever a throwaway.
Yeah,
but just creating something to know the process is valuable in and of itself. And I'm sure there's people that have courses and charge crazy amounts of money.
Of course, yeah, there's a course for everything these days. But, like your first YouTube video probably wasn't the greatest video either, right?
As somebody who's posting consistently on TikTok now, I'm probably going to look back from a year from now and go, what was I thinking?
Yeah, because I look back on some of my older videos, and although still valid, it's like, I would have added this, I would have done this, there's little, tweaks that you would make.
Of course.
And then there's sometimes, what the fuck was I thinking wearing that?
Well, at least a lot of days with the pictures on our phones is the pictures, unless we upload them, don't ever see the light of day.
Yeah, but there's some videos where I'm like, really? That's what came out of the closet? Okay.
It's true.
It's like, fine. In fact, I realized, because I was getting dressed in a rush to get, take care of the cats and stuff. I wore this last week. So this is my second week in a row with it.
I specifically looked at what I wore last week so that I wore something different.
Oh.
Because I have 3 sweaters. Okay. So in the winter, you're going to maybe not in the same row, but see the
rotation
of 3 sweaters.
Yeah.
At least with summer, I'm like, oh yeah, I got 5 t-shirts. We're good.
Now, I am a bit of a not a closet, but clothes hog, whatever.
You got a lot.
Yeah, I got a lot. So I rotate a lot through.
Where I'm like, I got to use what I have because my budget needs to go elsewhere. Some of these shirts, I'm like, I probably should buy some new ones.
Plus, I'm old, so I have stuffed kids from 20 years ago that still, fits and still
They don't make them like they used to.
No, exactly. So, these pants are 20 years old.
I'm actually surprised because this t-shirt's probably 10 years old.
Oh, okay.
And I'm actually surprised I'm still wearing it.
And I've lost some weight. So these are supposed to be capris, but they're just pants for me.
Who was I talking to about that? It wasn't you. Normally we have conversations about height and stuff like that.
Right.
But, it was my friend's. She had bought pants for her friend, or for her daughter.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be capris, but because her daughter's short right now, I'm like, they're pants right now. It's fine. When she grows, they can be capris. You'll get another year out of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because kids grow out of clothes crazy.
Oh yeah. My granddaughters are both growing through growth spurts, so.
I know. I saw them the other day out and about, and they're fantastic. But I was like, when did you get this tall?
Yeah, right. Especially Lucy. She's really growing. Yeah. Annabelle puts it all into her hair. So.
I love it. Oh my God, that's adorable.
We were talking about how she has a very, Victorian look to her hair.
Okay.
And when she was swimming, because that's when she was over swimming in my pool, and of course her curls get exaggerated, right? Because they're mixed babies, so they have really curly hair. And she has very curly hair. And we were saying, you should be on Bridgerton.
Yes.
I could just see her in one of those Edwardian dresses, ready for tea. And
Aww.
It's like, spill the tea.
Don't you have a... Oh, you do!
I do. I still have one left.
The spill the tea, the lady whistle down papers.
Yes, yes. So I had bags that I was selling. I still have one left. So yeah, my daughter has one too.
Oh, yes.
Because she's a huge fan and needed to definitely do that. So this is sort of the action that you need to take to kind of break that habit. So I got the Ace of Swords. So again, beginning of journey, not surprising with the author journey and learning the information, learning the process and that sort of thing. So what did you get as your action card?
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. So I got the Knight of Wands, which is kind of like lean into your passions and kind of reevaluate where your priorities are sitting. And I was like, well, if I'm leaning into my passions and creating content and doing tarot readings, I'm not spending money.
Right. So, right. Yeah, there you go.
That's how
and you're promoting yourself to make money.
Yes.
So, you know, more like they always say money can't buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of happy. Maybe not happiness, but happy, definitely. Yeah. It definitely makes life a little bit better.
Just having that little cushion. That's all I want. I'm not saying I want like generational wealth. I just want a little cushion.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, put it out there. I want generational wealth as well, right? Don't negate it. No, definitely not.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I mean, yes, let's start with a cushion.
Constantly telling Josh that. He was a little grumpy over the last couple of days, and he was just some of the stuff. I was like, don't put it out in the universe. You're going to make it worse.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you got to watch what you're putting out there. So, yeah, so my action is keep going. You're new, research, that sort of thing. And sometimes I get impatient with that, but I'll find my way through it.
I mean, that's the Aries in you, though, isn't it? The impatience?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Aries.
Like, I'm impatient, and I'm an Aries Taurus cusp baby.
Yeah,
depending
me too.
On depending on what, when you reference.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm supposed to be an Aries Taurus cusp, and I'm Aries in my moon, too. Okay. So I'm a double Aries.
Oh,
yay.
Watch out.
So I'm a good cage rattler, but I'm very impatient. Because Aries tend to like to fight for the underdog.
Yep.
They'll go to the mats for anyone that's being unjustly.
That's accurate. Yeah. Because anytime the kids are losing it, I'm like, who's not having a good time in this? Like, let's slow down. Yeah, we're great defenders, and we'll sacrifice whatever needs to be sacrificed to defend. Yep. So it's more than just the warrior energy; it's the warrior protective energy that we definitely embrace, and that's where we're often at our best as well. And we work well under pressure too. A lot of Aries do. You know, when it comes down to crunch time, we're there. We might be totally flaky up until that point, but accurate. Not saying about her, I'm saying about me. So I was like, I don't know that make that sound like I was projecting. But you know, like if it's like serious, like something has to be done now, it, you know, someone's been hurt or whatever, you're right there and you're focused. Yep. And Aries are good at that, and we're focused for small spurts. So your work rhythm a lot of times when you're in Aries is good if you do it in small spurts. Okay. Don't do long, like we would be great nurses if we didn't have the 12-hour shift. Okay. Because so 12 like 4-hour shifts. Yeah, exactly. We're better in small spurts because we get tired really easily because we put everything into our whatever we're focused on. Yep. And yeah, who is it that is better at that? Capricorns definitely are better at the long. Okay. Yep. Long stride if they need to. They're definitely really good at that too, but we not so much. We need our rest. We need our rest. We're great in short spurts. So figure out if you're a morning person, afternoon person, or a nighttime person, and try and gear your work towards those time periods. And for the rest of us that are that person, but forced to work a different schedule, good luck. Yeah, yeah. But try to find those breaks throughout the day because Aries do need breaks. I mean, everybody needs breaks, but Aries in particular because we'll give until we crash. And then we'll crash for 2 weeks and then we'll be back in a week, right? Yep. And that's not a good rhythm to be on. Well, I learned just because most of my jobs die in the summer and they revive themselves in September.
Yeah.
But for that first week of summer vacation, I didn't move.
Right, yeah.
I literally crashed out and then was like, okay, I can slowly start to venture back out into the world.
Yeah, because your body's like, yeah, we need to rest now.
Because you've been denying us the rest we've wanted.
Yes, exactly. Now, this is sort of where you're heading because of releasing any of these new patterns. So one thing that this is saying to me is I got to get into the details.
Okay, that makes sense.
Aries are very good at big picture. We love big picture. We're good at getting people out of the weeds and looking at the big picture. Now, luckily, my rising is Virgo. Mm-hmm. So if you want organization, if you want details, if you want I's dotted and T's crossed, get a Virgo to help you. So as we age, we tend to grow more into our rising. So I am embracing my Virgo more and more.
Trying to figure out what my rising is.
You don't remember?
No.
Okay.
I'm a Scorpio moon.
Okay.
Because I remember that threw both of us off for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah. See where your rising is. So I've got the 7 of Wands.
Ooh.
So, like Wands often speak to your passion, to your career, not your job, and where you want your career path to go. And I've got 7 because I'm making it so that this isn't my first rodeo, right? Like I've done this a few times. I've been a contributing author, so that was very exciting. But I didn't have to do any of the process. Now I'm taking myself through the process, and I'm hoping to pump out a few books that are kind of been on the shelf for a while. So it's like, okay, we're ready to go. Now I'm going to do the process a few more times. And this is sort of, if you get the details, you won't be quite so frustrated. And that's part of the
familiarity with the process, right?
Yeah. Because when an Aries gets frustrated, it's not a good thing. We're impatient, so when we're frustrated on top of it, we're like toddlers.
Accurate.
Our 3-year-old really comes to the surface then.
Now I want to know what Josh's signs are, because that sounds very familiar.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, if he's frustrated, it's like, let him be.
Right. And it's, like, see where his Aries is. Because wherever your Aries is, that's where you'll be most protective of. But it's also where, if you're frustrated, that's where your 3-year-old will come out in whatever area. So if it's like, family, then maybe, like, you can't handle having kids jump all over you or something, right? I'm just using that as a very basic example. But because Aries is my first house, it's the I am house. Mm-hmm. When I get frustrated, all of me is frustrated. And
yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's a chakra thing too. Like, if you spend too much time in your base chakras and don't kind of nurture up here, you're gonna get frustrated more easily.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Aries, is the root chakra because it's the first sign too, right? And so our natural instinct is to be there, right?
Yeah.
But we need to learn how to keep climbing the chakra ladder, so to speak, and how to develop that empathy. And we do have a lot of empathy naturally, because we are definitely natural defendants, natural protectors, that sort of thing.
No, and just a lot of things with kids are replaying in my brain. I'm like, yeah, they're still root chakra, depending on the age.
Yeah, because we live in our root, sacral, and solar plexus until we're about 7.
Yep.
And that's sort of the age of reason, right? So then there's a little gateway here that we are supposed to pass through when we hit that age of reason, and we move into the heart chakra. And that's where we start developing things like sympathy and empathy and compassion and understanding the lessons of kindergarten on a deeper level.
It's going to take a few more years, I think, with a couple of them.
For some of them.
Well, I'm interested because I've got a different age group next year. So I'm interested to see where,
yes.
Because they're going to be on the, they'll be, hopefully kind of went through that gateway a little bit, but then the hormones are going to start kicking in.
Yeah, they're on the pre-adolescent kind of way. Yeah.
So just out of pure curiosity, I'm like,
It'd be interesting to compare and contrast.
Yes.
And kind of go, oh, okay. Here's the stages.
I know typically just from talking to other people, if they've done a couple years with the older grades, they're like, no, kick me down to the littles again. Like, I need a break.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm fully expecting to like have a rough year and then be like, no, kick me back down to the littles. Give me the
Okay.
Give me the lower.
Why is that? Because
I don't know. I don't know if it's like
they're asking the harder questions.
I don't know if they're asking the harder questions or they're just it's more time and energy, I believe. Because I definitely because I actually did that this year. I started in a 4-5-6, and then I went down to a 1.
Oh, okay.
Like age or grade range, and then so it was easier as far as like I know you're not supposed to necessarily like have expectations in the sense of like how your day is gonna go, or at least I try not to because it can go out the window in a second.
Yeah.
But I know that regardless of what went down in the grade 1 classroom, I knew I could handle it.
Right.
Like, there was no kid jumping out the window in the grade 1 classroom.
Right.
Grade 6s, on the other hand, are tall enough to get out the window.
Right. And you're working with special needs people as well.
Yeah.
So that's layered on top of just your regular grade 6.
Exactly. So there's like social emotional, there's emotional regulation, there's a lot of factors at play. There's, drama.
And even, and I use this term loosely, even regular grade 6ers are already dealing with emotional
so much
regulation. Like that's something we're learning throughout our teenage years.
Well, and
let alone if you've got developmental issues or special needs of some kind.
So I find it really, and I'm looking forward to seeing, because like a lot of my toolboxes with the younger grades, I'm like, how can I rework the toolbox for the older ones?
Right.
Because the whole, okay, let's sit down isn't going to work. They're going to be like, STFU.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, what works on you when you were in kindergarten still works
will
on
work.
you.
Yeah. It's whether or not. Yeah. No, I'm just interested, like, from a, like, let's sit back and once it's all said and done. Yeah. Looking back and going,
it'll be an interesting year and interesting to see what the differences are and were and all that kind of stuff. I think you'll be able to handle it, though.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not unsure of myself being able to handle it. I'm just interested to see the differences, and then
it's like your own little social experiment.
A little bit, but nothing's getting written down, and it's all up here.
Oh, the knowledge that's locked away. Oh dear. So now, what did you get for your third card?
I ended up temperance.
Ooh, temperance. Well, that's awesome.
It is, but it's interesting because like. It goes along with the theme of my entire life of like, let's create balance, and the universe is like, well, you really gotta work at it, and you're choosing not to, so we're not gonna create balance for you. So now if I listen and I maybe focus a little over here where the universe has been kind of pushing me to work towards, I will achieve that balance.
Yeah, and temperance is beautiful because it means not just balance. Temperance is you've been to war and you've come back and you know stuff. Like you've been to hell and back and you've learned from it. You've danced with the harder parts of yourself. And temperance is also a card of you do nothing alone anymore. Right? And a lot of times when we're trying to achieve that balance, we're doing it ourselves and and we shit ourselves or we, chastise ourselves for whatever. But this is you've learned to reach out, and not just to friends and family or anything like that, but to the powers that be. And also having faith and learning to surrender. That's the hardest step.
Still working on that.
Of any manifesting. And it's something you sort of have to revisit every time you want to manifest. Because it's the key. It's the key that The Secret left out, by the way, of manifesting real stuff into your life is learning to surrender, to trust. I had everything stripped away. I had no hydro at my house for 3 months to learn that lesson. And I always go back because by the time I was like reaching out for help, I got not only like it was over $1,000 I owed to hydro, and they wanted like a $200 or $500 hookup fee,
reconnection fee.
Yeah, and then they also wanted a deposit to kind of say, well, if you fault again on, we have this backup, I think it was another $500. So it was like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yep.
Not only did I get that, I got the deposit, I got the hookup fee, I got the back hydro I paid, I got the next month's hydro paid as well.
Nice.
And I had extra. But I had to fall and completely fall into the arms of the universe and go, Jesus, take the wheel. And I had to have faith because I'd done all the inspired action I needed to do. And now there's nothing more I could do. I had to just have faith and hope and fall and surrender into the universe. So whenever I'm trying to manifest something, all these doubts niggle up and you're like, oh my God, it's not going to happen. And you say things to contradict it and all that kind of stuff. I always go back to that place and go, no, just trust the process. People say that, but they're not actually acting on it. And trust the process. I mean, don't sit on your couch and fingers crossed, $1 million is coming my way.
There's a difference between like trusting the process and still working towards your goals. Because like, regardless of whatever religion you subscribe to or whatever higher deity, book reading, whatever you want to do, there's an element of surrender and trust, but there's also an element of work. So you can't just like sit back and go, oh, it's going to happen. I'm going to wait here while it happens. And I think you and I have talked about, or you at least brought up multiple times of like the guy that's like praying for a rescue on the like roof of a house that's like in the flood.
And God sends a boat
and God sends a boat and a helicopter and the guy's like, no, my God will save me, my God will save me. And it's like, dude, we sent stuff for you. Like, you could have lived. Exactly. No, you chose to drown. So I feel like there's definitely work to be done, and sometimes I think what we think needs to get done versus what actually needs to get done is very different.
Well, there's a couple of different things happening there. One is busyness. And we feel, if we stay busy, then we feel like we're being productive. And we're also avoiding the actual big steps that need to get done because sometimes we're in fear of our own success.
Yep.
And
Hi.
Yeah, I've been there myself. Or, so that's all avoidance and all that kind of stuff. Or there's also, I need to be in control so much because I have so much doubt that I micromanage the project right into the ground. And then I have a feeling of justification because I can say, see, I knew it wouldn't work and it didn't. The need to be right, and that is a need of control. And you need to know, am I just being busy for busy's sake? Am I being controlling for controlling's sake? Like, where's my ego in all of this, right? Because there's what's called inspired action, which you were talking about. You still have to do the work. You have to follow the signs, do the work, but know the difference and have the wisdom of discerning between which it is, whether it's busyness, which is avoidance, or whether it's control, need of control. That usually comes from a fear of abandonment, and then also actual work and knowing what it is.
Yep.
Because I've been there where I've been so busy, and then I'm like, I didn't actually do the steps I wanted to do.
Well, at least once a week, because like I'm here Monday, Tuesday, Saturday until August, and then I'll do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe. Might keep Tuesdays closed just to maintain that frequency for September.
Right.
But like I made myself a list, and I got 2 of the 3 things on that list done. But I totally procrastinated on that third thing.
Right.
I was like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. And the thing you're procrastinating on maybe is where the focus needs to go.
Okay.
Because sometimes you love the idea, the reward of ticking something off your list. I mean, that's why they say make your bed every morning, because now you can tick off, I've made my bed, you've completed a job, which is all well and good. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying do it.
Get that dopamine rush. Keep going.
Exactly.
But you gotta.
But really look at your to-do list and see, what are you doing? Are you knocking off the easy stuff that makes you look busy, gives you that dopamine checking off? But are you avoiding the big things?
The big things that you're supposed to be focusing on and figuring out, is that going to be the stuff that propels you forward? Because if if that's not what you're focusing on, you're never going to move past where you are right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And trim down your to-do list. It's great to have a laundry list of stuff to do.
But there will always be a laundry list of stuff to do.
Exactly.
And I'm the perfect example. You put too much on the list, and then I look at it and go,
it's too much. It's I don't want to do it anymore.
Yep.
So every time you do a list of things to do, pick what is the top priority. Was the one thing you have to do today. Don't make it the easiest necessarily. Make it the most important. And it's the art of getting one thing done. And if it takes the whole day to get it done, that's okay, because that is actually a bigger dopamine shot than, oh, I cleared off the coffee table in the living room. Mm-hmm. I mean, get that done too at some point, but but like when it's really like a writer friend of mine and I were talking one time, and we were talking about how we avoid writing because that's the thing you should be doing. And yet you've got your laundry done, your dishes are clean, your floors.
A friend of mine used to do that. She would clean her house instead of studying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wish my brain worked like that, because then my house would at least be clean.
Right, exactly. But you also have that false sense of I've done stuff today.
Okay, yeah.
Which, yes, you have. But is your book written? No. Is even a paragraph done? No.
What did I see currently? Because I follow a lot of authors. They're like 200 words a day. You'll get a book done in a year.
Right.
And 200 words is manageable.
It is manageable. But it's amazing what you'll avoid when it's part of a bigger project that seems unachievable in the beginning stages.
Well, and from somebody who has tried to write a book very loosely, let's go with loosely tried, because I had a bunch of short snippets of stories that eventually interwoven, but I think I stopped because I was like, I can't make this.
Oh, Mike, hats off to novel writers.
Oh, I know. I was reading one recently.
The storyboard and the web that they have to.
How do you make it all connect back together? Yeah. Because I tried and I was like, I'm good.
And it's like, did you know that while you were writing this?
And then some of them are like, no, I had no idea. And you're like, how did your own characters surprise you? You made them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can write a fairy tale. Yeah. Which is like, short and sweet. I'm a good short story writer. When it comes to weaving in and, twists and turns, I'm like, no.
I realized recently, because I picked up a couple books, just because I haven't read a good fictional book in a while.
Yeah.
My hat's off to them.
Yeah, blows my mind. And then to have a series, of like...
Oh, I know.
It's just like,
how
oh my God.
Like, this thing in book 1 relate to something that's happening in book 5, and then you're like,
and how did you have book 5 already in your head? You must have in order to swing it back.
And I understand, because there has been because I did attempt like my book ended up starting off of someone else's idea, and then I morphed it into enough of my own that I'm like, I probably could publish this.
Oh, okay. Sort of like it started as a fan fiction.
Yes, definitely did start as a fan fiction, but it also
and there's some good fan fiction out there.
Well, and I've read recently, there's a couple that it got so popular they actually took it down off of the fan fiction site because they're retooling it to get published.
Oh, wow.
So they have to take all the copyrighted material out, replace it with something original, and then they're actually looking at a publishing deal.
Well, they were talking about that on one of these podcasts that I was listening to about the AI and some of these people that have done Star Wars fan fiction AI.
Yeah.
And they're saying a lot of the characters, the development is way better than what Lucas has done. The stories, the actual animation is so much better. I mean, let's give Lucas a break. He did start back in the 70s. So,
He's kind of the grandfather of everything.
Yeah, the technology just wasn't there. But at the same time, even the development of characters and stories and stuff, it's just oh my God,
Well, and I think as a society, we've progressed in our complexities. Mm-hmm. So we, don't get me wrong, Star Wars is timeless. There's a lot of...
I'm a Trekkie. Just putting that out there.
Star Wars, Star Trek. Which is funny because I know a lot of Star Trek because depending on...
Oh, I know a lot of Star Wars too. And I watched all of them. But if I had to pick one, to watch on a deserted island for the rest of my life, I would be going with Star Trek.
Meanwhile, you're like, okay, if they can do that in the 70s, how do I get off this damn island?
Where are the styrofoam rocks?
Yeah. Well, I love how, like, in the 70s, you look, because, like, Josh will sometimes watch certain veins of Star Trek, and then I'm like, that looks like an iPad. That is an iPad. Like, in all intents and purposes, that's what that is. Right. And I'm like, that was in the 70s. How did we even, like, is that where some of that comes from? Like, I don't know. It's honestly amazing what people have come up with so far long ago, and like
the human imagination, right? Yeah. It's a crazy thing.
Mind you, Back to the Future. It is Back to the Future, because a couple of my friends are like really into that movie, and they're coming to Fan Expo. I don't know if it's Michael J. Fox and the guy who plays the Doctor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's at least one of them.
Oh, okay.
So they're coming to Fan Expo in September.
Nice.
And they're going. But then I've sort of got thinking about when we were talking about like tech, and they were talking about flying cars in 2026, and we're not even close to that.
But we do have driverless cars.
Yes. That's scary, though.
Yeah. I mean, I love the idea of it, like just getting in a car and having it do it all. I do like the process of driving sometimes.
I love the process of driving. Like, I'm going to be one of those people that is going to, like, you're going to have to pry my driver's license from my cold dead hands.
Right.
Like, I understand for the safety of others, I will eventually not be safe to drive because I watch around me and I'm like,
yeah.
Maybe it's time some other people give up theirs.
Yeah, there's
so like I understand
people out there that shouldn't have
theirs. So like I understand there's a process, and like things happen, your reaction time slows down, and driving is a privilege, not a right.
Yes, a lot of people forget that.
So like I will be very grumpy about giving up my driving privileges when that happens.
But by that time they'll have mastered the driverless car, and it'd be like your own little chauffeur.
Yeah, and that's still scary though. Oh my god. I think it's the lack of control.
Yeah, people hate lack of control.
You want to know what's really bizarre? So when my car, have I talked about my car saga on here?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so there was 3 weeks time where I didn't have my car. But when my father-in-law was driving it away in front of me.
You were crying?
I was almost crying, but it was so weird to be not only not in my car and not driving, because my husband was driving. I'm sitting in the passenger seat watching my car drive away without me. And I'm like, this is a bizarre feeling.
How can you leave me?
I don't like the lack of control I have right now. Like, not only are you driving and I'm not able to drive, my freedom just rolled away.
Right. Like, yeah.
And I mean, there are friends that I'm with that for their own comfort level, they were like, I have to drive. And I'm not as that much.
No, I'm okay being a passenger unless you're a dangerous driver.
Yeah, unless you're same here. Unless you're a dangerous driver, I'm totally okay with being a passenger. And I think this
I'm a very good driver.
Yeah,
but I don't have to drive.
A friend of mine, she's like 2 people I trust to drive me. That's it. Everything else, she's like, I have to drive, and I'm like, that's fair, 100%.
Yeah, well, there are some people that come up on cars too fast.
Yeah. That
ride the bumper. A friend of mine. We were traveling on the 401. She's riding the bumper really
on the 401?
Yeah. And I was like, you have got to step back or you're going to stop this car and let me, and my daughter was in there as well, let me and her out, and we will call for a ride.
Yeah.
And you will go on your merry way, because I will not be in this car.
No, that's, no. Mm-hmm.
That's, like, so dangerous.
You like, I avoid the 401 at all costs.
I don't.
I do. But you have a ton of driving on the 401, don't
I
you?
do.
Yeah. See, I do in a sense that I have enough to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't trust anyone else.
Well, yeah, and on the 401, unfortunately, you have to be very aware.
Yep.
And it's not a race. A lot of people, like, my husband and I talk about this. For some reason, people think you have to go faster on the 401. Your brakes are gone, apparently. You can't slow down for people to let them in or whatever. And it's like, no, you still have your brakes. You can still use them.
Oh, there are people that use them. There are people that go like 80 on the 401.
Yeah.
And that's like...
But there's not a lot of people that do 80. Most people are doing $120, $140, no problem. Especially now that the speed limit in certain areas has gone up to $120. And
oh, yeah, because... basically it's 10 over.
Yeah, so you can
Not that you should do 10 over. Don't do that.
Yeah. I usually keep it around $120 even before it raised.
Yeah. Well, it's the flow of traffic, right? Like, it's whatever's safe to do. And I think I don't know. I've had some wonky experiences where I thought it was safe, and you shoulder check, you're good. You shoulder check twice, you're good. You make to do the thing, and suddenly there's a car right there, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I'm adamant about the shoulder check thing. Yeah.
So I'm like, if I can avoid it, I just won't drive it.
Oh, okay. Well, I think the 401 too is a lot of experience, right?
Yeah.
Having the experience of it so that you have that confidence and understand. Like, I can tell you, when I lived out in Napanee, I came into Kingston almost daily on the 401. And there is definitely a difference on the 401 Monday to Friday with the workers and the commuters and stuff versus 401 on the weekend. That's when the crazies come in.
See, and unfortunately, that's when I'm driving the 401 because I'm working Monday to Friday.
Right.
And I don't work out of town, so I don't have to take the 401.
Yeah. So you get people that are going way too fast, that don't understand the rules of the 401 and you know, the flow of traffic, and they think it's just one big race. If I can't get out of this speeding up, then I can't get out of it. You know, they just feel like if I just go faster, then I'll get away from the truck, from the car, from the whatever.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it is scary watching two transports in between you. Like, not gonna lie, it's not my favorite place to be.
Right.
But it shouldn't affect your driving. Like, as
No.
long as you're like,
Their
you're in
vehicle,
your own lane,
like anything else.
it's fine.
Yeah, because I have some people that hate transport so much that I've been in the car with that they'll actually veer over to the sleeping lane where it's bumpy, because they think the transport's taking up way more space than it is. It's taking up a lane just like any other car. Treat it like any other vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, don't give them extra space for certain things. Like, I've seen so many people cut in front of a transport, and it's like, yeah, don't do that.
I can't stop on a dime. You can't stop on a dime.
No, especially at those speeds, and people forget that. You know?
Don't get me wrong. I remember, because I have done the whole, like, lane change in front of a transport, but I make sure I'm, like, at least 3 car lengths.
Yeah.
If not 5.
Well, I'll always turn my signal on to say I want, like, a lot of people feel like they have to turn their signal on as they're changing lanes. But I'm driving. I know where the transport is. I click on my blinker to say I'm changing lanes. And normally they'll give you a little flash of the lights to say it's okay.
Oh, yes, you're right.
So then I definitely come in and, you know, and just wait for the flash of lights. Yeah. If they haven't given you the flash of lights, it means A, they haven't seen you, or B,
it's a good little double check.
Yeah, it's a good little double check. Exactly. It means they're signaling, I've seen you. I'm aware that you're coming in front of me. You're not too close, clearly. And yeah, so just be careful of that. And if they're turning right, give them a lot of berth.
Yes. Like, to the point where I actually, because I know they have to rejig things and they do take wide right turns.
Yeah.
I won't go right up to, so like, I don't know where, I know this on Bath Road somewhere, or going, maybe the Gardener's one. Is there 2 lanes going this way?
Oh, yeah. And they need some extra room.
They need some extra room. I won't go right out to the line.
No.
When a transport truck is beside me on the left.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll stay back here. You do your turn. You figure yourself out. Then I will go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care who you can honk at me all you want.
Yeah, you can be pissed off if you want, but
I want to live, thanks.
Yeah.
Because there is a wide blind spot when they're turning.
Yeah.
And it even says on the back of most transports, will make wide right turn.
Yes.
So why would you put yourself in a position where they can't see you?
Yeah. And the old adage of, you know, like, you know, you're riding too close to them. If you can't see their mirrors, they can't see you.
Oh, that's a good point.
So if you're driving so close that you can't see their mirrors anymore, they don't even know you're there.
Because you're in their blind spot.
Yeah, exactly.
No thanks.
So be aware of the truckers and give them the courtesy that they deserve. They're the ones bringing you the produce and the Amazon orders and all the toilet paper that you wipe your butts with. So
or maple syrup or oranges and trying to think of other things I've seen spread out throughout the 401 when they crash.
Beer.
Beer.
Always important. Beer. Even your gas.
Oh, that was recently. Is it New Brunswick? You're allowed to bring in alcohol now. There was New Brunswick.
Oh, like from outside the province?
I think so.
Oh.
I think there was
You're not allowed to do that?
At one point, there was like a limit on how much you could bring in.
Oh, okay.
And apparently they've changed that. I don't know.
Yeah, New Brunswick, I think, has a few weird rules.
But... Considering it's New Brunswick, I can understand that. Like, I get it.
Aren't they also the province that gives the Rockefeller Center the Christmas tree? I think it's New Brunswick.
Is it?
Yeah, it's one of the provinces, one of the eastern provinces that gives...
Oh, that's hilarious.
That gives the Rockefeller Center their tree.
This 10-foot, 20-foot tree.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a tradition for a long time. So I'm like, you're welcome, America.
Let's not get started on that, because we're gonna get ourselves banned if we start talking about what should be happening.
We grow good trees up here.
We grow very good trees up here.
Oh dear. But do you not think that like a lot of like we're the biggest country in the world, technically speaking, and now that Russia has downsized a little, because
are we, or is Russia still the biggest?
No, we are. Because when they were the USSR, they had more territory.
And now that they don't have as much territory.
So they shrunk a little when they became Russia. So we are the biggest
land mass
country, yes. And America is smaller than us, our neighbors. Mm-hmm. But when you have road trip movies in America, it seems to take forever to get across.
Well, it takes forever to get across Canada.
It takes 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
But it's like, that doesn't seem that long. But in America, it seems like they're taking a couple of weeks.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe it's just the movie.
My dad used to do Florida in 20 hours. Like, we would start in Ontario.
Maybe we just have a lot more stamina in Canada. We drive until we're there.
I just want to get there and enjoy my vacation. That was his adage.
It's not the journey. It is the destination.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He would rest if he was tired, and we would have pit stops. But
course.
Like 90% of the time, he's like, I don't want to worry about getting there. I just want to get there and enjoy my vacation.
Right.
So we would do it in like under 24.
Right.
Like 36
bats out of hell.
Yeah. The amount of times I've been in the back of a car and
But it just seems like, wouldn't Canada like even be bigger, like even longer? But I guess we don't drive up north very often.
Well, no. So we're pretty, and it's when you were talking about like land mass versus Canada and Russia, in my head I was thinking, because like I'm sure
we own the North Pole. We own Santa Claus, folks.
Wasn't gonna go there, but yes, we do. NORAD's a thing. I love listening to NORAD. St. Nick has left the atmosphere.
Yeah.
All right. There was because someone online was talking about it, or like, I don't pay attention when people get in the nitty gritty. Josh, on the other hand, fucking hilarious.
Okay.
And yet he still has a Facebook account. I do not. He does. We'll figure that one out.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry, I'm a little sore about that. There was a picture of Canada, and like, either it was U.S. or Russia, I'm not sure. But, like, Canada's only so hospitable in so many places.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, yes, we have a large landmass, but a lot of that is not hospitable to humans.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the very rare human, like the Inuit.
Yes.
I mean, they've lived up there for thousands of years, but how they've done it is just...
Well, I mean, they have to preserve their way of life and things like that. And, like, but, like... I know I could never live up there.
Right.
Josh is like teaching positions, and I'm like, do you want to stay married? Because I ain't going up there.
Right.
He's like, yeah, but it's the money. And I'm like, yeah, the sunlight.
Yeah.
You either get 24 hours or nothing.
Right.
No, that's not necessarily true. Please don't.
Yeah. We've heard.
It's an exaggeration.
We've heard stories.
I'm like, it's too cold. I'm a good Canadian, but like I
love my winters.
I like my winters, but I don't like my winters like North Pole cold.
Yeah, where there's like no trees and there's just tundra because, you know, things don't grow because you don't have the growing season.
I still want to be able to step foot outside without freezing appendages off.
Yeah, and you don't have to go, you know, hunting for blubber.
Or pay $20 for milk.
Yeah, right? Like, oh, the prices are ridiculous up there. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I've been North Ontario and it's beautiful, beautiful country. But yeah, it's not the most friendly. And I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking about nature, you know.
Oh, people are friendly, but
yeah.
like nature is not forgiving.
Yeah, not forgiving. That's
rightfully so. Like nature, you screw with nature, nature will screw with you.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas Russia, you're right. I mean, it has all kind of climates to it, right? Because it stretches right down to the Mediterranean, where it's beautiful and warm all the time.
But then there's like northern Russia.
And then there's northern Russia, and a lot of people forget Russia is also an Asian country, right? And it takes like 7 days to get across Russia, yeah, on a train or something like that. So it's no, you know,
cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. It's no cup of tea, and it's not a slouch as far as size goes.
No.
I mean, Mother Russia, they have a reason to be proud of her, and yeah, she's a rough country sometimes. I mean, the burnt earth defense is the best in the world. It's taken down some of the biggest leaders, right? It's like, yeah, Napoleon crashed, and all kinds of people crashed because of the burnt earth, scorched earth.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why Russia has stood the test of time is like that.
That and they're crazy.
They're a different breed over there.
They are a different breed.
Canadians are crazy in their own sense.
We are, but like
I
we're
feel
politely crazy.
Well,
we say sorry. I'm crazy.
Well, there's some of us that say sorry we're crazy, and then there's other ones that look at the Geneva Convention as a checklist.
Right.
So, don't go to war with Canada, please.
No, exactly. But don't go to war with Russia either.
No. Let's all get along.
Yeah, let's just get along. Accept our differences for what they are.
And we accept our differences what we are and look at each other as human, please.
Yeah, we're all human. We all need the same things. We all need food. We all need water. We all need warmth. We all need love. Every single Russian and Canadian and American wants to be loved. Every single one. And everyone else around the world also wants that. That is the number one thing we all seek out is love. And then we also get disappointed though, because I have a lot of people that have done like, what's my life purpose kind of thing. And it's to get along with others. And they're always like, oh, they're disappointed because they want to be, you know, like your purpose is to be Martin Luther King and, you know, make strides in the Black community or uprise these people that help get justice or whatever. We're not all going to be leaders like that. It's sort of like in your past life, one of my teachers actually said, you're not going to be Cleopatra. It's like, let's just accept that.
Well, and it's interesting because what brain killer words, let's go. What I have learned this summer in being like the forced stay at home with the car issue and the like not having to be super, super busy because there's no job to get to.
Oh, jeez. We almost lost you.
Yeah, we almost lost you off the table there. That was interesting. I've learned that like sometimes the simple slow is amazing.
Yeah.
Like there's days don't get me wrong, there's days I haven't left my house. I'm not saying I'm gonna make a habit of it, but to be able to like sit on my back deck and read.
Yeah.
And just
enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore.
No.
And so like I literally want to build stuff into my schedule.
I did a little presentation a few years ago now where I had everyone sitting outside and I said, I just want you to watch the world go by. They almost all went buggy. They're like, oh, what do you mean just watch the world go by? Like, just watch the world go by.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to make observations. Just watch.
Just watch. And it actually takes a while for your mind to calm down.
It does. It takes a long time. And some way longer than others. You know, because to just sit still is hard. To not be, and it's part of that disconnect, you know, to not have to check your phone, to not, you know, respond. We're like Pavlov's dogs. As soon as we hear a ding, we're like, oh, what does that mean? You know, and we're always checking.
Because we've been conditioned.
It's
worse than heroin, my friends.
Yes, it is. It really is. It's a condition and an addiction. And not that it's a bad thing, but do it consciously. Like, it's okay to check your emails. You just don't have to do it every 30 minutes.
But some people aren't aware of what they're doing. Like, I pay attention to my screen time, and I'm not gonna lie, because of these 3 weeks of not being able to go anywhere, I did a lot of screen time, and I did a lot of rotting on the couch, and my screen time was like 16 hours a day, and I'm like, ooh, that's bad.
Right.
So I've purposely bought a couple novels, and we'll go, oh, I've seen enough videos for today, and like actually set it down.
Yeah, and put it down, read a book. That's why I'm such a book lover, like of actual books and things you do with your hands, like cross-stitching, puzzle making, whatever it might be, right? But the other thing too I found is really being conscious of what you're doing. So I was in the thralls of a depression about a month ago, maybe a little more. And I was having a really hard time because if you've ever experienced depression, you know it's very hard to be motivated.
Yep.
You know, gold star for putting the pants on today, you know, like that sort of
stuff.
You
have a pin.
I do have a pin.
You should have taken it home and went, look, I'm going to wear my pin because I put pants on today.
Exactly. But, you know, and I found I was sleeping a lot more because that's something you do, right? But I got myself out of it a lot faster because I gave myself permission. When I saw that this is the cycle I'm in, I'm like, I gave myself permission to sleep.
Yep.
It's okay. Go have a sleep. Let your body heal. That's what you're doing while you sleep. So my brain and my body aligned and went, oh, she's healing. It's not just a depression sleep.
Well, and that's it. And some people, like, I know for a fact, because I used to do this, and when I catch myself doing this, I'm very aware of it and go, no, I can rest. Is if I'm sleeping too much, I'm like, no, I have to go do something. And it's not out of a healthy need, it's out of a, like, I need to be busy need. So then I kind of sit back and go, no, let's rest.
Yeah.
And I can actually, like, articulate that in my own brain. Where before I'd be like, no, I need to keep going, and then I'd fall back into this, like, exhaustion sleep, and then I'd sleep for 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
So
it's
not
sort
good.
of like when you go on a diet and they tell you can't eat donuts, and now you're craving donuts even if you weren't before. So it's like when you give your body permission to sleep, and you tell it what you're doing is you're healing during this sleep.
Yep.
Then suddenly your body's like, okay, I'll take the sleep that I need to heal, but I'm not, like you say, going to fall into a 16-hour sleep and wake up going, oh, I'm so tired. I should be doing something. I should be busy. You know, because shooting yourself makes it worse.
Yeah, so you got to kind of, like, give yourself, so, like, again, after, because, you know, June was nuts. I gave myself that week.
Yeah.
Of, like, and then maybe a little bit into the next week because I didn't have a car, so I didn't see the point in getting up and doing anything.
Yeah.
But once I realized that, nah, I can't keep doing this, I was like, okay, let's start. Like, make sure you have a shower every day. Make sure, you know, if you do nothing today, tidy up, you know, the kitchen. Or, like, just little things. So that when I did, don't get me wrong, my world didn't become right again until I got my car back. But I wasn't just rotting on the couch.
Right.
Like, I forced
myself. Or give yourself permission to be on the couch. Yeah. It's okay to be on the couch.
It is, but it's not okay to stay there.
No, but at the same time, sometimes your body doesn't want to move.
Yep.
And we often say, get up and do something. Maybe this is not the time to get up and do something. Maybe it's the time to just sit on the couch and be okay with it. Because when you give permission to do it, your body suddenly is okay getting up doing something.
Yeah, no, I get that, but, like, I think what happened in my particular situation, I'm not saying anyone else's, I went from having routine to nothing so quickly that my brain didn't know what to do.
Right.
So that I had my week or two of, like, okay, I can do nothing and it's fine. But then in order to break, like, I needed to break that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Right.
So I needed to find that routine again. And it didn't look the same. Like, you know, Mondays I didn't leave my house. Tuesdays I came here. Like, once I reestablished that, like, a little bit of a routine, even if it was like, let's go for a drive. Yeah. Just get out of the house. Yeah. It was fine. Yeah. Like, once but I think
and you need to understand you can do just baby steps. Like, it's like, you don't have to leave the house and do 7 different errands and, you know.
And don't start with the thing that you hate. Because, like, for me, that's grocery shopping. Right. If you need to deliver your food for a month, do it.
Yeah, do that. But give yourself permission to do it. Yes. Don't do it just unconsciously, like, this is, I'm just too, go, okay, this time you can get the groceries delivered, and that's totally fine. I find you have to babysit them through the whole process anyways, because they're always like, this is out, what about this? And some of their, I gotta say, some of their substitutes are like, what?
9 times out of 10, I won't do a replacement, because I'm just like, if you can't. So what was the one that really frustrated me? Oh, I did a PetSmart order because Bosco needed kibble.
Oh, right.
The entire reason why I wanted that order delivered was I had no car and I needed the kibble delivered to my house. What didn't come with the order?
The kibble.
Yep. And they're like, oh, it's fine. We'll just like refund you. I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. Except I need to feed my dog tonight.
Yeah.
So if you could assign another driver and get him to drop it off, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. And take away the delivery fee.
Yeah, like it's just.
Because I'm not paying that twice because you screwed up.
Well, and I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, for the most part, they're pretty okay. But, like, at least once a month. Because we don't order too often, but we don't order not at all. Like, we're kind of trying to, like, curb it down. Josh will order Uber Eats for dinner. Never comes completely. There's always something that he's like, okay, I want a refund for this. Or, oh, this didn't come. Or,
right.
Like, and it's like, really?
Yeah, exactly.
I've watched, Josh do that job. Like, it's not rocket science.
No, it's not. Exactly. Well, one time I ordered an egg salad sandwich, and the guy said, well, they have pasta salad. I'm like, you don't know what an egg salad sandwich is, do you?
Oh, that is not even close to a substitute. No,
I know. Wow. And he took a picture and everything of it. I'm like, no, buddy, you're in the wrong section altogether.
Yeah, no, typically when they ask for substitutes, I won't. I'll just be like, no, take
And
off
I
the list.
love it when I get a woman who's doing it, because women are better.
Because I think they know. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Josh is pretty good, I'm not going to lie, because he does a lot of the cooking, so he's aware of, like, what
yeah,
should be
that's
in the
a little
house.
bit different. But if you're getting, like, an Instacart driver,
yeah,
the guys just aren't as good as the women.
No.
The women are usually way better. And they'll pick out better produce. I don't usually get produce through Instacart because I like to pick it myself, because otherwise they're just grabbing whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I completely understand that, because what did it was for a moon circle. I had an apple theme, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go pick one out. And I almost forgot. And then I was like, oh, I better go do that before tonight. And the apples were atrocious. I was like, we're just having a bad batch here, aren't we?
Yeah.
And it took me like 5 minutes to find like 4 apples that were
decent. Wow.
Like,
right,
it was just an off produce day, I think.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're an Uber driver and you're just grabbing bad apples,
yeah,
no one wants to eat that. Like,
well, that's why
pride in your workmanship, folks.
That's why I'm like, don't, unless it's bananas, because I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I will eat bananas regardless,
even if they're bruised.
No. Not too bruised. If they're like ish okay. I like green, like I like them ripe, don't get me wrong, but if they're slightly on the green side, I will still eat them.
Yeah, I'm
some people won't. Like, I've watched kids, I'm like, what are you doing through it? It's perfectly good at bananas. They're like, it's green. I'm like, can I have it?
Yeah, it'll ripen up.
It's still a banana.
Yeah. And like, like there's too green too.
Yeah, there is a line. I'm not a monster.
But I will eat it on the slightly green to ripe to a little overripe.
Yes.
Like, not when
if
it's black or anything.
Black with bruises, that's a banana bread banana.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, and I guess I can't remember which it is, but there's more magnesium if they're more in the green and more potassium if they're more on the overripe side.
Oh, interesting.
So it changes.
I was looking at, done a lot of scrolling. Broccoli has more potassium than bananas. And there's something else that has more potassium than broccoli.
Okay.
And I don't remember what that thing is. Man, now it's going to bug me.
Oh, yeah. Food is interesting. And food is medicine.
Food is medicine.
And people, I've seen some nutritionists who say we should treat food like it's medicine. And it's like, yes, I get it. It is medicine. Yep. I'm 100% with that. But also food is enjoyable. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why it's the center of every festivity, no matter the culture, no matter the holiday, there's always food involved. It's the coming together of people breaking bread, so to speak.
Well, I feel like it brings people together too, right? Like if you ever have a reason to get together, there is always food involved.
Yeah,
Whether
it's the
like,
Sunday dinner, whether it's,
celebrations, you bring cookies, you bring cake, like there's always some sort of food element.
Yeah. And, like that's why restaurants are so popular, bringing people together and breaking bread. There's something about that, there's that enjoyable factor, not just the people around, but the taste. And, like if we just ate to eat, we'd all eat just spinach and, I mean, chicken legs or whatever, right?
For a second, I thought you were going to say kale, because I'm like,
Yeah, kale.
No.
I've tried to embrace kale. I want to love kale, but it's just...
Unless you hide it in a smoothie that I can't taste, it's not happening.
It's like gin. You got to hide it for me.
What is... No, I'm just trying to figure. I was trying to think of like a trivia question. Like, what is equal to gin? Kale.
Exactly. What has to be hidden like gin? Oh, that would be kale.
It's so true though, because like I've tried to eat a smoothie with like someone. It was like a green smoothie, so it was like kale and blah blah blah. And I was like, there's not enough disguising going on.
Yeah.
Like, give me something else other than the kale, please.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Yeah, pour some sugar on that baby.
Yep.
Defeats the purpose of the healthiness.
I think I tried smoothies and stuff too, but like with working in the school boards, we can't have peanut butter. And that's like my go-to protein to add to a smoothie.
Okay.
I don't necessarily like protein powders.
Right.
So I'm like,
I'm not a big smoothie fan. And when I've made smoothies, I make way more than I should. And then I end up, drinking more than I should. So then I'm feeling sick because it's usually like a sort of a quasi-dairy based, even if it's not dairy based.
Then
and
you're like, that's too much dairy.
Yeah, it's just too much. It's like eating a whole pound of cheese. It's just not good.
And then whenever you buy smoothies, they don't stay.
Yeah, right? It's like, just give me a milkshake already. Let's call it a day. Put some banana in my chocolate milkshake. I'll be fine.
Strawberry, or no. You said chocolate, and I said, and then my brain went to strawberry.
No, okay.
Man.
You know who has a good strawberry milkshake? Five Guys.
Really?
Their strawberry milkshake is phenomenal. So good. So good.
Okay, I might have to do that. Josh likes milkshakes when he's not feeling well. Obviously not strawberry for obvious reasons, but I may have to visit Five Guys on the way home.
Yeah. And McDonald's used to have a protein smoothie.
Really?
That was good. It actually tasted good, and it was well proportioned.
What happened?
And they got rid of it. And it's like, come on, do the protein smoothie. Because I would order that along with my coffee, and I felt like I'm getting a good, little shot in my day.
No, what did I ordered a smoothie the other day. It was like pink something, but it was like raspberry, rhubarb, strawberry, grapefruit. No, there wasn't any grapefruit in it. It was interesting. I'm very much a
grapefruit.
Like, because of medications, or you just don't?
Medications.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to look up my heart medications, because now that I'm off certain medications, I can do grapefruit. But then I'm like, oh crap, can I do grapefruit with the other one?
Right.
Because I got all excited and I was like, screw it, I'm having a ruby red grapefruit, like a little bottle of. And then Josh was like, what about your other meds? I'm like, I don't know, I'll figure that out later.
We'll find out.
Yep. I'm like, one time isn't gonna kill me. It was supposed to change the effectiveness of one, and that's off the table, so who cares?
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, I hope your summer is going well, and, pull some cards, see what maybe is coming up in August of what patterns can change, if you should want to change any patterns. I mean,
we should do like a check-in.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, this was the beginning of August, and this is like the end of August.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry to make apparently I can't touch the table, it'll jiggle the...
Yeah.
Your world is being rocked.
And I didn't ask to see if anybody wanted a card pulled, mostly because I've had the cats here, so... I'm using them as an excuse of why my brain is not braining today.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
And I've been here since like 7:30.
She's ready to go home.
Yes. And I still have another hour or so, I think, to go.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, before I can come back to our humble abode where Myrtle once again feels safe to eat.
Yes. She's like, Mom, I refuse.
I'm going to have a fun time getting her out of there. Out of her corner.
Oh, but she looks so cute.
I know, right?
Anyway, well, enjoy, friends. The cats say goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, where are we here?